And we are fighting someone with the same picture, and I was already worried. But he is someone with almost the same MMR, mostly like 5% difference or so, but a lot more combat power. He is pushing into really high amounts of combat power already. Now going for... what should I go for? Marksman Sledgehammer is not a bad combo whatsoever. I think I'm going to go into that. Because Giant Specialist also is pretty neat. My opponent is thinking long and hard, can't blame him. Is he going to pick something after all? Okay. Maybe he's lagging. Anyway, let me put up my base formation. There's also always the chance that they have been AFK and didn't even notice that the round was starting. Guess maybe I should be putting this marksman a bit further back. And then to round out this unit composition, what do I want to get? Maybe just a bunch of crawlers, to be honest. Like, I should have the chaff clear with the sledgehammers, and if I put some crawlers in his way, it's going to distract his marksman. Now he's going for turn 1 wasps. Very annoying. I love it when I can do that, but it's very annoying. There's no two ways about it. My marksman needs to focus on nothing but these wasps. Meanwhile, the other marksmen are just plain going down. So, yeah, I guess it's working out after all, because I have the tank front line, and those can tank a lot more hits than his units can. There's not even going to be one of these marksmen going down, because the tower buff, or the tower degradation, comes just in time to wreck him. So turn 1 wasps, surprisingly, even for myself, didn't turn out well for him. Mass-produced wraiths, not really, he has marksmen out. Going for stormcallers, maybe? Nah, it decreases range. I don't call that an improvement to the stormcaller, to be honest. Heavy Overlord, also not really, he has marksmen out once again, it's the same reason. Against his units, I now feel like maybe I should go into Mustangs. Gonna recruit myself 2 sets of Mustangs. Putting them maybe here. Call it a day. He's going in for more Wasp, more Mustang. Not sure that is the answer right now. But again, he assumes that my marksman may be the only anti-air that I'm having. Which I don't think is a correct assumption, because I think if you show turn 1 Wasps, expect the other person to react. Oh, he's also flanking. On just one side, though. And these are going to get eaten. Just like that. He is going to win the front line, however, in the meantime. But he's also going to lose this front line by such a significant margin. Yeah, this is not turning out well for him. Not whatsoever. There's crawlers for days here. Getting the other tower in time before the marksman goes down. This is not really what you want to do. And that's why I love these Mustangs in this position. They are so super useful. They are going to eat his crawlers again, and again, and again. No matter how long or how many crawlers he puts here, I can always put more Mustangs here, and they will still be at the front line in a decent amount of time, although be it not a perfect amount of time, of course. Should I maybe go into my own wasps? Not really, I don't think so. Maybe I should just go into my own arc lights and make them anti-air too. Or I can go into stormcallers. Nah, for the moment, I think more sledge is right now the approach I want to go for. More sledge and make it symmetrical with another marksman on the other side. This one is free out like that. He's not selling those. I wouldn't blame him if he did. He's instead going for an Overlord, even though I have snipers already. I'm really unsure if he's making any really correct decisions here. Even a couple of sledges get turned around. And these crawlers I have are rank 2. My marksman is immediately on his Overlord and putting some rounds into him. And the tank line can last. The wasps are all falling. The Overlord's going to get a bunch of good shots in, but that's about it. There goes the Overlord. Lots of XP for my marksman. Lots of damage on him. He's down to like half. Senior attack or tech specialist? Both really amazing. I think senior attack is better for me right now. Can upgrade the tanks here. Overlord's going to gain more XP, but I think I can afford that because I'm already ranking up marksman. Adding more tanks is not really good for me right now. I think just adding on more marksmen right in this spot I'm in is a decent enough decision. He's not going to have much success with these flanks, at least. He's adding in phoenixes. And he has area specialists, so they are going to be better. He's even adding in range for the phoenixes. I suppose that's decent. He's going for repair on the Overlord? Does he think he can just out-tank it? Also, he's adding in nothing here, so he's probably always going to get the tower degradation, if I had to guess. This is not really getting out-healed before the rest of everything arrives, but I need more frontline because the marksmen are getting exposed right now. On the other side, however, the battle is looking completely differently, like it could barely be any more different. I guess the Overlord is lasting a decent amount of time, even against 2 marksmen. It's not gonna last against the tower degradation though, I hope. And then there's 3 more marksmen moving in here. And a whole lot of other stuff. So yeah, I don't expect this to be the winning play. He can upgrade now though. And I could get an amplifying core to deal a lot more damage on a marksman that already has a decent level, which I guess is this one. Now I can also like upgrade my marksmen. If I need them to do more DPS, that's a decent choice. I need some better front line, and I think the choice for that is just more chaff that he has to eat up. Soak a couple more hits from the Overlord without any real damage to my army. Upgrade the Mustangs so they can deal with the crawlers even better. And then just add more marksmen. Feel like that's not a bad choice. Could also give them subterranean blitz. Yeah, let's do that. And let's add another set here. Oh, unfortunately I put these tanks a little too much into the center. I hope that doesn't matter. He's getting the amp core on this unit as well, which means it's going to regenerate super quickly. This might be annoying. But I should have a lot more marksman DPS on the field now. Phoenix count is growing though, and he has quantum reassembly. So potentially really, really annoying. There's so much chaff coming in though, and this Overlord is doing nothing useful whatsoever. Now the tower degradation is coming in, and I still have chaff left, and I have more marksmen moving in, and I have Mustangs moving in on Phoenixes, which is not what you want to see. And more crawlers, I guess, are on his tower. This is not working out. He's going all in on a really big and heavy unit, but the big and heavy unit is falling rather quickly. And if I needed to die, all I need to get is a melting point. At that point, this Overlord, even with amp core and repair, it's not going to matter. It's just going to evaporate. I think that's going to be it. I think I'm going to do just that. I'm also upgrading my marksmen, of course. Think I will be getting them an upgrade as well. Let's go for elite marksmen, I think. Just to do more DPS. Hopefully the melting point, I'm going to give it haste, can clear out everything else. He's putting another Overlord in. I don't dislike that choice, but my marksmen are getting out of hand. Not fast. Not fast. They're not getting out of hand too fast, but they are. And there's nothing really here to counter them. I guess now he has ranged Phoenix. There is something out to counter them. He's going in for more Overlords. Maybe if he stacks enough of them, it's going to work. I'm gonna be interested to see what the melting point does, though. It's not like he has so incredibly much chaff. And if need be, I can make these Mustangs stronger with splash ammo. It's not like they're doing much against these Overlords with armor. So what would I really care about them doing even less? It's locked on to the correct target. It's dying very quickly though, but it fulfilled its purpose on this side. These OVs are getting blown out. They are only rank 1s. I have 3 snipers here, 2 of them rank 2. Not a good fight. Mustangs are on his Phoenixes, and no matter how much range they have, they can't clear them all out in time, I think. Especially when there's more marksmen and tower degradation coming in. Yeah, this is GG. Very convincing performance here, at least on my part. What did he do wrong? I think he made a bunch of wrong calls. The first one, I think, was assuming that I wouldn't protect my flanks, but that's always, like, I can see that depending on the player you face. Some will guard, some won't. Next up, he switched into Overlords. I get what he was doing, but I already had snipers out from turn 1. So these snipers, without sufficient chaff, were always going to get in on his Overlord. And they would rank up of it. So he would have had to do something about that, like add more chaff. Because this chaff was not going to do it. I would have added more crawlers in front. He wanted to switch into Phoenixes by the end, but yeah, Phoenixes with range, I always had chaff left over. He should have... yeah, I guess they were distracting a bit. Hard to say. I think he should have played a little differently to begin with, but that's easy for me to say. Maybe what he's doing works against 80% of the other opponents. I think it's a cool strategy though. Having Overlords based on healing, on field maintenance and armor enhancement to shield your Phoenixes might be a strategy worth looking into, because if the enemy gets melting points, those will get blown up as well. Might be worth looking into. Maybe his strategy is stronger than I give it credit for, but I just had his number from the start because I was going on marksman. If I hadn't, then this may very well look a lot more different than what it did in the end. Anyway, good game. And I think I'm going to leave it at this point for today. And thank you very much for watching.